It's one thing to make a personal dietary choice, but it is quite another when a king builds a 90-foot statue of gold and commands the entire world to bow down or be burned. This is exactly what Daniel's friends Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego faced in Daniel chapter 3, and their response reveals the second pillar of an unshakable faith, public courage that flows from private conviction. When confronted by a furious King Nebuchadnezzar, these three young men displayed a courage that was simply breathtaking. Listen to their words from Daniel chapter 3, verses 17 and 18. If that is the case, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us from your hand, O king. But if not, let it be known to you, O king, that we do not serve your gods, nor will we worship the gold image which you have set up. Their faith was not a contract with God, a sort of, if you rescue us, we'll serve you deal. It was an unconditional surrender to the sovereignty of God. Their obedience was not dependent on the outcome. I once knew a man who owned a small construction company. He was bidding on a major company-making contract, but he discovered that the only way to secure the job was to include a significant bribe for one of the city officials, a practice that was apparently common and just seen as the cost of doing business. He told me he spent a sleepless night pacing his floor, knowing that refusing would mean laying off employees and possibly losing his business, but he knew he could not do it. He walked away from that contract, and for a few years things were incredibly difficult, but he said he never once regretted choosing to honor God over money because his integrity was not for sale at any price. That is the but if not faith of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. It is a faith that trusts God's character even when it cannot trace his hand. A courage that says, my God is able. But even if he chooses not to act in the way I expect, I will still stand for him. This kind of public courage is not manufactured. It is the natural byproduct of a heart that has already been purposed for God in private. You see, their feet were firm on the plain of Dura because their hearts were already fixed on the God of heaven. And what was God's response to their courageous stand?